Where we go? Let's see. Let's go to this right here. This tragedy, man, in Atlanta with young Scooter. But we're gonna play a little bit of this news clip from it, and prime this up for Dom. She can get abreast of what's going on with the young Scooter thing. She doesn't stay with in the hood street news as much as I do, but I'm not even in there that much. So Dom is really not there if I know the general shit. Cause Sleepy tell me I'm an old ass nigga all the time. He's like, nigga, you ain't know about that. So Dom, you even worse than me, just for the record. So
listen, I need to live in the level of the 911.
Go ahead, Dom.
I need to live in a space that it provides me comfort. Okay, it's a safety net, because consuming things too much, it messes with your psyche. So I'm watching The White Lotus. Piper, no, you know what I mean? Like,
is that a good show?
Oh my God, this season is so fire. I went back to watch the second season because something happened, and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen. But now I'm just trying to remember if it's correct or not. It's a slow burn, but it's messy.
Okay.
It's so messy.
I see advertising for it all the time.
It's good. It's good.
All right, let's play this.
One call that ultimately led to the death of Atlanta rapper Young Scooter was not telling the truth. We first let you hear that call yesterday at noon, and that caller has since been arrested. Atlanta News 1st Sarah Hammond is live at the Fulton County Jail with what we know about this. Sarah, fill us in here.
Well, 31-year-old Demetria Spence waived her first appearance here at the Fulton County Jail just a little while ago. Her bond was set for $7,500. She would not be able to go back to the scene of the crime, speak to any witnesses, and she also would not be allowed to have any weapons. Now, again, she is accused of making a false 911 call. Here's how that all unfolded. March 28th, a woman calls 911 telling dispatchers shots were fired at a home on William Nye Drive in Atlanta, and she saw some kind of domestic dispute.
There is literally a whole domestic dispute going on. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm not sure what they was fighting over, if they was fighting over drugs. That's what it sounded like.
Atlanta police responded and said they saw no evidence of what the woman on the phone described. But they did say that once they arrived, Kenneth Bailey, better known as rapper Young Scooter, ran out of the back of the house and severely injured his leg. The medical examiner said Bailey lost a lot of blood from the injury and died at the hospital.
It appears that there was, when he fell, some type of fracture injury to the leg, which caused the bleeding.
Now, less than a week later, police say they've arrested 31-year-old Demetria Spence, the woman who called 911 for transmitting a false public alarm. She was booked at the Fulton County Jail. In a statement, Bailey's family says they are still waiting on more information surrounding his death and say they are devastated.
All right, that's the news story. I'm gonna break it down for all of our regular folks in the back. Hood wise, all right, I'm gonna break this down for y'all real quick, just for give y'all the nigga speak. That was the official report. This is official too, but this is more of how we get down. All right, so basically, this young lady, something Blanco, what is her last name? Demetria Blanco. She was on Young Baddies Club, one of them shows on Zeus. More to Zeus coming later. Zeus Network. She was on Baddies Atlanta or whatever. She was dealing with one of the guys in Young Scooter's crew. She then proceeds, for whatever reason, she was mad or they was all kicking it there. She calls in the fake thing. Of course, and look, and the way there's some more calls to it that we couldn't play, but she's basically saying like it's a young girl, she's underage, she getting beat up, she naked out here. They selling drugs over there. It's 7 of them. Like she's putting They damn near had SWAT come up in this dude crib. And you got to think of if you just hear somebody that's pounds, boom, 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 boom. Hood, the thought process is to run. And that's when he was trying to hit a gate, came up off a gate, cut up his leg, I believe. Some people think he was shot, but they really cut up his leg or fractured his leg and basically bled out.
Damn.
Yeah. So she did, but then she gets on Instagram Live this day, and this is what probably got her arrested. Actually, was she was like, I was actually calling about domestic violence against me. I was being beat on. Y'all don't understand. Y'all only got part A. Y'all don't get part B. And I was like, you're dumb. You said it. You literally called it a false call. It doesn't matter if that brother's putting his hands on you. One of his entourage that was putting his hand. He needs the answer for that on a whole nother, but not you doing what you did there. You got to still answer for that.
Yeah.
That young man is dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because of you being on some hater shit. As at this point, why should we believe you was in a domestic violence situation with homeboy in the first place? You ran down 7 outlandish lies to get the SWAT team coming up there talking about it's a young lady, she naked. Then she even said she was the president of the neighborhood watch. But we supposed to believe he was putting his hands on you though, right? Now we supposed to believe you.
Mm-hmm.
Now we supposed to believe you. Fuck out of here.
Yeah, that was really weird. I was like confused about what I was reading, and then I was also confused. I was like, oh, why is the bond so low? You know, her bail was like $7,500, and I was like, oh, okay, so they're not. But they're saying is you, because that's it, that is illegal, that is a felony. To make a false police report. But I'm like,
Hold on, Don. I'm getting jacked for my gummy bears. Xander, put them back down, girl. Is she gonna bring the bag up, Don, while we recording? And like, yeah, I got it.
Listen, I told Janelle today, I said, listen, I'm having a good week. I haven't had my Starburst jelly beans. So that's good. I feel good about myself.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's just a little outlandish that this is even happening, I think it's just crazy. Because
hold on, I got the 911. I found the 911 call. Do you want to hear it?
Okay. Yeah, well, no, they played it.
Well, no, I'm talking about they got the full thing. What she talking about?
Play a little bit.
They got drugs, they got guns. But honestly, like how white woman.
Okay. Ladies, it's time for us to have a conversation about being stigmatized and why it is a detriment to you, right? Like, I'm gonna assume that you are.
She's 31 though, too. That's another thing.
That's also because I was gonna ask, but your frontal lobe should be developed by now, and you know better. We have to be like people. The people that we date are allowed to have lives, are allowed to do them. Now, I'm a person. I'm not pro cheating or whatever. Or what? Because I'm a person that's just break up with somebody and live your life. But I'm like, you cannot allow a man's vessel, his extra, curricular things to control your life where you out here doing crazy ass fuck shit like this. Now somebody dead because of your dumb ass. And I know that they're saying like that the guy wasn't, that scooter was not shot. So I'm guessing that he probably tried to hop a fence and got caught on that fence some kind of way.
Trying to run away.
Trying to run away. That's likely. That's the only thing that would make sense in this situation. But all because you are stigmatized.
I mean, severely. So I'm gonna play a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna play a little bit of her explanation too, real quick. Just so we can have a full context. Here we go.
Exactly what happened.
Okay, so I'm the neighborhood watch, and basically, like I said, these guys they're like selling drugs in and out of the house. All you see is guys coming in and out of the house with guns and stuff. They holding guns in the air, and then it's like, I'm not sure if they're pimping, but it's the situation that's going on right now. This girl doesn't have on any clothes. They threw her outside. He was fighting the girl. He literally fought the girl. I'm like,
dumb. Do you see this? Like it's 9 charges she just named out for stuff happening.
I'm not sure what they was fighting over. If they was fighting over drugs, that's what it sounded like. It sounded like they were fighting over drugs. And then they started shooting. She had someone come over there and they started shooting. But the house needs to be investigated. They're definitely doing illegal stuff over there, and it's disturbing the area.
How many shots were fired?
I would say 3. It was 3 shots.
When did it happen?
It's happening now.
Okay.
So I believe the girl is hurt,
And
and
they're
that's why
coming from
they.
273 William Knott Drive?
That's not, yes. And the girl is hurt because she was like bleeding profusely, like blood everywhere.
Okay. Do you see or hear anything else?
Yeah, she's trying to get away, and they're holding her. She's being held hostage. Like she's trying to. They brought her. The guy that was fighting her, she ran outside naked, and then he was fighting her outside. And then there was another commotion. She tried to get away. He dragged her back in the house. So now they're at the door, literally fighting. She's trying to get out, and he's refusing to let her out. And it's like 7 guys in the house.
Dom.
If they were shooting, I'm like, and you said it's not right now.
And she kept changing the story because she was like, they be shooting over there, like they just come outside to shoot up in the air and just walk in the house. And then she said, "Oh, they shooting that? They shooting right now? Oh yeah, right now."
Yeah, I'm like, we don't hear this on the phone call, girl. Are you telling me, girl? And it's really sad because this kid is dead because of your dumb ass.
Mm-hmm.
All
right, let me before we wrap it up, let's play her response to all this, the people saying about her.
Action for every action. This is part A. You guys didn't have part A. You guys only had part B. And the narrative, it looks like I was trying to set this man up because you guys don't have part B. I'm giving you part B. I'm giving you what led up to the call. I was physically abused, so I called to protect myself. That's the issue. That's part A. I never had any intentions to get anybody hurt. I was the one that was getting hurt. I came here to say my truth. That's it. That's all. I don't want no clout. I don't want anything. All these troll pages, y'all don't know me. None of y'all know me at all. At the end of the day, I'm a woman, and I was physically abused multiple times.
All right, that was somebody else's thing in there, but we got the main thing out of that.
So, Demetria, my question to you is, you say that you were protecting yourself, and that could very well be so, but why not say this happened to me? This is what's happening to me. I have this moment. These are the things that I experienced at this place. Blah, 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 blah. Why? I'm just trying to understand the logic. And I know sometimes when we're in desperate situations, sometimes it calls for desperate measures. But I'm just trying to get a better grip of this and try to really understand what's going on, because to me, this don't make sense. Hey y'all, if you like what you see here on Everyone Needs an Aquarius, be sure to hit that button right there. It'll take you to more clips, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share our podcast. See you back next time.